Hello, everyone, and welcome to Krista's Curated Life. I do have to say, this is probably the most adventurous what sold video you will see from me. As you can tell from the camper, I'm currently camping with my family. But we are going to do a what sold video of August 3rd through the 9th. It was a great sales week. I had a total revenue of $1,026.54, a total profit of $668.07. I sold 35 items. Wow. With an average sales price of $29.33. I sold 16 items on Poshmark, 14 items on eBay, 3 on Mercari, and 2 on Depop. I think I'm missing one of my Depop sales in this. Anyway, what is really cool about this week is I switched on over to Nifty. Guess what, guys? It is as good as they say it is. You should check it out. It's really expensive. $70. Yikes. But I think it is well worth it. And in another video, I'll kind of talk about like what I like about it and what I don't. But let's get on into it. So starting off with a pure Jill indigo dress. I had decent luck with the indigo, kind of no matter the size on these. This one was a large and it was in perfect condition. It sold on eBay for $24.29. After all was said and done, I took home $12.36. I did list this in March, so it's a decent sale. Pausing for the rain. As you can tell, it's such a beautiful day outside. I probably could have taken this to Turnstile and about gotten the same amount, but I wanted to test it out just because I'm testing the waters with the Pure Gel Indigo. But $12.39 is not a bad sale at all. Next, we have a Lily Pulitzer Adeline shift dress. I put beaded, golden, green, semi-formal, cocktail. I have had this one for a while, since September of last year. It sold on eBay with shipping for $26.82. I took home $13.86. I would probably consign this dress, but I think the fact that I got it in September, I was like, Turnstile's not going to take it. Lily Pulitzer does sell. It just takes a while. I actually have a Lily Pulitzer kids piece that I think I've had for about 2 years. Yikes. Up next, we have a Vera Bradley shoulder bag. This was a test. It was in excellent condition. I got it at the bins. But with shipping, it only sold for $18.65. After fees and cost of goods, I made $6.15. I have had this listed since last September. So I'm going to continue to be pretty picky about Vera Bradley. It's just not the best seller. I don't want to be hanging on to things for a year to make $6.15. Next, we have Vivia Margot 2.0 square toe V-cut flats. These were so pretty. These were new. I got these at a garage sale. I never go to garage sales. They sold on eBay with shipping for $57.74. After fees and costs of goods and shipping, I took home $37.96. I only had these listed for like 2 or 3 weeks, so that's a win. I'd say Vivia is a bolo. I've had 3 pairs of their shoes, and all 3 of them have sold. Some take a little bit longer than others. Next, we have an Aerie offline crossover flare leggings, black, extra large, high-waisted. I love picking up these crossover leggings. I do have to say they are taking longer to sell, so beware if you want to pick them up. These sold on eBay with shipping for $26.77. After fees, cost of goods, shipping, I took home $12.90, and these did take like 4 months to sell. I would say if you're going to pick any of the crossover leggings up, the flare is the best, and the fact these were an extra small or extra large. I did have these listed a little bit higher, and I'm sure that's what played into what took so long for them to sell. Next, we have a Victoria's Secret Body by Victoria bralette pink. These were really pretty lace. It was a size medium. This one took forever to sell. It sold on eBay with shipping for $10.60. I took home $2.18. I had this listed in October. It's been a long time, like 9 months, whatever the math on that is. But I'll have a bralette that sold really soon. So next we have a Tommy Bahama men's sweater, Island Zone, Cool Max, V-necks purple. I picked this one up because it was a 3 extra large tall. I took an offer on this one that was lower because it took so long to sell. I had this listed on Christmas of last year. So it sold on eBay with shipping for $25.79. I profited $12.32. Personally, a little low for me to hang on to something that long. You live, you laugh, and you learn, you know? This is a somersault ruffle oasis one-piece bathing. Oh, I put sweet instead of suit. My bad. It's a size 8. This was so pretty. I paid $10.99 for this at a Goodwill. It sold on eBay for $34.44. I took home $14.66. Somersault is my absolute favorite swimsuit brand. I sold a ton of them this summer. I did have this one listed for just under a month. So yay, I'll pay up for it. A bad swimsuit sale. This is an athletic Kahlua cutout one-piece bathing suit. Really pretty, but it was an extra small. It sold for $14.54 after over a year, and I made $4.25. I did almost take this to Turnstile. Probably would have been a better bet, but what's done is done. Next, we have a Lululemon women's scuba hoodie. This is only like the second time I've ever found a scuba hoodie. This is a size 4. It's thick cotton. I put full zip, classic. I do have to say, I think their pullover one, like the half zip, is more trendy now, like in a crop. Sorry about the campers next door. This one, when I got it at the bins, had a really big stain on it. It's almost like someone washed it with a different color and they just assumed it was done for. I did an OxyClean wash. All is good to go. So this sold on eBay with shipping for $43.83. I took home $28.23 and it sold after a month. Yay. This is a piece that's already been returned. This is a J. Jill Love Linen, 100% linen, high-rise cropped black pants. They are a pull-on, and the person just said they didn't fit. But they sold right after I listed them, like a week after. So they sold for $28.28. I would have taken home $16.91, but that money has now been sent back. Next, another swimsuit brand to keep an eye out for. This is a Miracle Suit Color Block 10 Triple D Regatta Underwire one-piece bathing suit. This did have like a really light stain on the back, but it sold on eBay for $29.50. I did list this one in May, so that's not bad. I was surprised it sold so late in summer, but I took home $19.02. Yay. I need to stop picking these up. These are J. Jill Luxe Supima turtleneck in a black size medium. I also put minimalist, basic, soft. It sold on eBay for $16. I took home $5.10. I had this one listed for about 8 months. I need to stop picking these up. They do sell, but like $5 after 9 months, bad. It's just bad. Next, we have a great sale. This is a Michael Kors Amelia Small Pebble Leather Satchel. This one actually could also be made into a crossbody. It was brand new. I got this from a friend. I didn't want it anymore. And I sold it on eBay for $94.27. That was an offer to Liker, 15% off. I did have this listed just over $100. I took home $70.53, and this sold after a month. I actually do have another one of these in black. I did price the red higher than the black because it had a better sell-through rate. So just something interesting to kind of keep in mind, the colors. This piece, if I had to pick it up again, I would not. This is a Victoria's Secret black sheer lace trim front tie robe. It was small. There was pilling on the trim. I think I just threw it in my cart and assumed it would be fine. It wasn't in great condition. It sold on Mercari for $11. I took home $7.33. I listed this at the end of January, so 7 months for $7.37. Learn from my mistakes. This is an FLYP Women's Amplify Bra Bundle. in the first picture, it was washing out the color so bad, so then I hung them up so you could see what the actual colors were. So it was purple and blue. The bundle sold on Poshmark for $34. I took home $23.20, and that sold after about 2 weeks. So I definitely would say keep an eye out for FLYP. It's a very popular like influencer gym brand. To me, to be honest, it's not even that nice. Um, I love going to the gym. I mean, this one isn't padded. If you like the jersey type thing, not jersey, it's like a spandex stretch. I just prefer Athleta style. Up next, this is an Anthropologie Pilcro V-neck smocked baby doll mini dress, extra large cottagecore plaid. So this one, I got at Turnstile in their 50% off sale. I think I only paid about $10 for this. This one actually sold the same day I listed it. I probably could have gotten more money. It didn't have a size tag. It didn't even say that it was Pilcro, but I Google imaged it. Guys, this was such a nice dress. I did have to estimate the size based on measurements. And so I just wasn't confident on it. So when I think I had this listed for 60 something, when someone sent me an offer for $40 just because I was unsure of it, this could be a popular style. I could have, accepted a super low offer, but all that considered, I took an offer on Poshmark for $40. I profited 32, which I was happy with. I do put my cost of goods as zero because I did have credit at Turnstile at the time, but I still would have paid $10 for that. Yeah, sold same day. Keep an eye out for that style of Anthropologie. I do think it helped that it was like the cottagecore vibe. Next, this is a Free People Back on Top hot pink ditzy floral blouse. It puff sleeve smocked, boho. This one was an extra small, which definitely helped. I have a bunch of these still left in like small and maybe medium, and they haven't moved, so I need to lower the price on those. I do have to say one of my new favorite features about Nifty is that when it delists and relists, you can set it to lower the price for a set amount. And so now I don't even have to think about it. I'm really, really excited about that feature. So we'll see how that goes because I'm so bad at lowering prices. But anyway, this sold on Depop. It is new with tags for $27. I took home $18.23. I did have this one listed for about 4 months, so it did take a little bit. And I kind of got those wholesale essentially. Now this piece. This is a Y2K silk Angora sweater, embroidered, bell sleeves, 90s wet seal. This is a wet seal piece. And what's actually a little bit funny is after I sold this, I found out that wet seal was trending. Waiting for the rain to pass. I found out that wet seal is trending with Gen Z right now, so I'd keep an eye out for that, which is funny because if you wore wet seal back in the day, it's like cheap trash clothing. It was like worse than Forever 21, so it's so funny to me that you could have silk and Angora in a sweater by then. It's just nuts. But anyway, I have never had so much attention on a piece on Depop. I think this had like 3,000 impressions like within a few days. This sold 4 days after I listed it on Depop for my full asking price of $38.90. I stopped sending out offers on this piece. I got so many of them. I did not accept anything. Actually, this one I listed for $34.90 on eBay. Saw that it had watchers immediately and bumped up the price. I was like, I underpriced that. I probably could have even gotten 40 for this. After fees and cost of goods, I took home $34.97. This sweater was so beautiful and so cool. I mean, it's the definition of 90s. This is actually probably more 90s than Y2K, but Gen Z doesn't entirely know. Oh, actually, funny, I just got a message on eBay on the other Michael Kors purse. So will they buy it? Probably not. Next, we have a pair of Lululemon men's ABC 5-pocket classic fit. Do I have pants in there? I do have pants in there. This is a really popular style by Lululemon. You could probably pay up a little bit for this one. I did grab this one at the bins. It sold on Mercari for $31.12 after fees and cost of goods. I took home $25.28. I have a theory that Mercari is about to go under because they're running sales like crazy. Like you can get 15% off. So I'd be really interested to hear what your guys' input is on that. Like there's like constant sales there and it's like they're trying to get momentum. But if they're eating 15%, like that's kind of crazy. So I wouldn't be shocked if they go under soon. That's just like my thought. I do still sell things on Mercari. I almost stopped listing there. These I actually had listed for a while, back since the end of April. So they took about 4 months to sell. I probably could have listed these a little bit lower, but they're bread and butter and you do have to hang on to them for a while. Next, the Bra Queen made a bra sale. Imagine that. This is a Victoria's Secret racerback. These racerbacks sell so well, guys. This is a racerback demi bra. It's a size 38DD. I always put front clasp if it's a racerback and it has a clasp in the front because a lot of people look for that. This sold on Poshmark for $16. I took home $10.80 and it sold. Actually, this one took a while. It's this one at the beginning of March. So May, excuse me. This one took about 3 months. I was a little surprised by this one that it took so long. These are Suzanne Gusto trouser pants, but navy blue size 38, which is the size they have on the tag. And then I also put the US size. I also put closet, staple, work, office. I did get these at Turnstile, and I know I had like $12 into them, but I didn't include that on here because I had credit at the time. So these sold on Poshmark for $45. I did have them listed since the end of March, so it took a while. Yeah, so they sold for $45 on Poshmark. I took home 36. Even if I would have paid $12 for those, I will tell you from my experience, Cezanne tops sell a lot better. I sold a few of those like crazy fast. I was surprised that it took so long for the pants. Oops, someone made a counter offer on a listing on Poshmark. It is a Saturday right now, and I make a ton of sales on Saturdays and Sundays. Okay, this is a Victoria's Secret blue lace satin bralette. I also have sexy, medium. This thing was teeny tiny. You could not convince me that this was a medium, but whatever. It sold on Poshmark for $12. I made $7.05, but this one sold 4 days after it was listed. And so I don't know why the last bralette took like 10 months and this one took like 4 days. We're whittling it down to the end. This is a Meshki women's maxi slip dress. Adjustable. It did have adjustable straps. I also have square neck, sleeveless, pink slit. This one actually did have like a small stain in the front. It was a little bit lower. Meshki is a viral TikTok brand, if that's actually how you say it. I sold one of their like wedding dresses or like bridal dresses, months ago. It was new with tags for probably about $90. I want to say it retailed for like 150-ish. So keep your eye out for this brand. And they also make, I don't know if it's bridesmaid dresses specifically, but they make like wedding guest dresses. I probably undersold this, but I never sold their bridesmaids dresses or the, wedding attendance dresses. And so I probably have this listed for about 20 or 38. I took an offer for 26. I made 18.80. It did sell like a month after having it listed. So I wouldn't say worthless, but I mean it's just a TikTok brand. It's a really popular silhouette is definitely what helped it. Next we have an Eileen Fisher shirt. I put asymmetrical hem. It was a medium petite and the material was tencel and wool. So I put those in there whenever I have like extra characters and I can't think about this one. I probably could have put like simple, modest, closet staple. But I stuck with that apparently. This one I had listed for 6 months, so which is kind of surprising. Eileen Fisher does always sell for me, no matter the size. It's sold on Poshmark for $22. I took home $15.60. Poshmark sale. Here's another pair of the Vivaya. These are also the Margot 2.0. I got these from a friend. Oh, I think I listed that wrong. I got these from a friend. They sold on eBay for $54.74. After fees and cost of goods, I took home $38.96, which is incorrect because I have to split that profit with my friend. So that's what you could make on them. These did have a really pretty sparkle to them, and they were brand new. They were brand new. I still had the bag for them, and those were listed for just over a month. So I would say comfortably pay up for Vivaya. They're like the new Rothy's, if you ask me. But I think they actually have like more support on the bottom. Actually, I can't tell you that they're washable, but they give me Rothy's vibes because they're knit. Next, we have an REI Co-op Black Peak 2.5 liter waterproof rain pants. That was actually the title of them. They were a women's 2X. They were like brand new, but there was like a little bit of wear on it on one of the legs. Anyway, I also put Gorp Core. They sold on Poshmark for $22. I took home $15.60. This one sold in just under a month. I do have really good luck with basically, I wouldn't say anything REI Co-op, but if I find REI Co-op at the bins, I'm looking it up. I don't know that I would pay for it at a regular Goodwill or thrift store. Next, the one blazer I've ever been confident that I could sell. This is a G Crew blazer, women's medium pink houndstooth, Clueless. This was giving such strong Clueless vibes. I also put Academia and Office Core. This sold on Poshmark for $33. I probably could have gotten more money. It sold after about 2 weeks. I made $24.40. I did list it lower because I cannot sell a blazer to save my life. Congratulations to everyone that can sell a blazer. I am incredibly envious of you. Up next, we have another somersault swimsuit. This is a somersault side stroke. This is like their most popular style. I have been holding on to one that's solid print, so I think the stripes really help. I put blue, white color block, one shoulder, bathing suit. I also put swim in there. It was a size 8. If this was an 8 tall, it would be mine, but I don't think they make talls. This sold on Mercari for $30. I made $24.48. I did find this one at the bins, and it sold just under 2 weeks. Last but not least, this is a Lululemon forward flow cape poncho. I also put purple, lavender, quiet luxury, yoga Pilates. This had like the teeniest, tiniest pull on it. But I listed a little bit lower. This was 24, sold on an offer to Laker for 19. After fees and cost of goods, I made $13.20, and this one sold exactly a month after it was listed. Thank you guys for hanging out with me in the most untraditional what sold video I have ever done before. If you like reseller content, I post a what sold video every Monday, and then I post something a little extra every other Thursday. So I would love it if you subscribe, but I'll see y'all next time. Bye.